Official Captain's Report, Entry 001, Date. Stardate 5647.3. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon, Report. The SF Megalodon has embarked on its mission to explore the uncharted sectors of the Andromeda Galaxy. Our primary objective is to gather intelligence on potential threats to humanity and to neutralize any such threats. We departed from Starbase Omega at 0700 hours and have successfully entered warp speed. Initial systems check has been completed and all systems are operating within normal parameters. The ship's AI, designated Aegis, has been instructed to maintain continuous scans for anomalies and unidentified entities. No significant events to report at this time. We are on course for Sector X9, where initial reconnaissance suggests the presence of unusual energy signatures. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 001, Date, Stardate 5647.3, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon, Personal Log. Well, here we go again. Another mission into the unknown, just me and Aegis. I can't say I'm thrilled about the Destroy Any Threats directive. Feels a bit too much like playing God, but orders are orders. Aegis, bless its circuits, tried to cheer me up by playing a motivational speech from Admiral Thompson. Inspirational, sure, but not quite what I needed at 0700 hours. I asked Aegis to play some music instead, and it responded with a symphony of whale songs. Close, but not quite. The ship feels emptier every time. Over 1,000 rooms and not a soul in sight. Just me and my AI sidekick. It's strange, really. They built this ship to house families, yet here I am, alone. Sometimes I wonder if Command forgot about that little detail. Heading to Sector X9 now. Hope those energy signatures are something interesting. Maybe even something friendly for once. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 002, Date, Stardate 5648.9, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report, we have arrived in Sector X9 and commenced detailed scans of the area. Preliminary results indicate the presence of several large energy sources on a nearby planetoid. The energy signatures do not match any known phenomena cataloged by the United Space Alliance. Aegis has been tasked with running a full spectral analysis to identify potential origins. I have prepared the ship for a closer inspection. Defensive systems are on standby, but currently there are no signs of hostile activity. Further updates will be provided as more information becomes available. End of report. End. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 002, Date, Stardate 5648.9, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Personal Log, Sector X9 is as mysterious as it gets. Those energy sources are like nothing I've ever seen. Aegis, ever the optimist, suggested they might be signs of an advanced civilization, or a giant space barbecue. Hard to tell with Aegis sometimes. I've prepped the Megalodon for a closer look. As much as I try to keep things professional in these reports, I have to admit, it's a bit exciting. Who knows what we'll find? Maybe it'll be something that makes this whole solitary mission worth it. On a lighter note, I asked Aegis to prepare a celebratory meal for when we crack this mystery. It offered a menu of nutrient paste, flavorless protein blocks, or rehydrated greens. Not exactly what I had in mind for a celebration. Here's hoping the planetoid holds some surprises, preferably good ones. End log. End. Official Captain's Report, Entry 003, Date, Stardate 5650.1, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report. During our approach to the planetoid, we discovered an ancient space station orbiting it. The station appears to be extremely old, possibly predating known human space travel. Initial scans show no signs of life or activity on board. Attempts to establish communication have been unsuccessful. It is unclear whether this is due to a malfunction or a fundamental difference in technology. We are currently conducting a detailed analysis from a safe distance. Preliminary assessments indicate that the station is in a state of severe disrepair. Structural integrity is compromised in several areas, though some parts appear relatively intact. Further investigations are underway. I am ordering a full spectrum scan to gather more data before considering any closer inspection. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 003, Date, Stardate 5650.1, Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon, personal log, we've found something incredible. An ancient space station just hanging there in orbit around the planetoid. It's old, older than anything I've seen out here. It's eerie too. No signs of life, no signals, nothing. Just a silent, decaying relic of a time long past. Aegis, in its usual style, suggested we might have found the lost city of the stars. It then proceeded to play some epic adventure theme music. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but this place feels more like a tomb than a treasure. We're keeping our distance for now, studying it from the Megalodon. The scans are fascinating. Some parts of the station are barely holding together, while others look almost untouched by time. It's like it's been frozen in history, waiting for someone to find it. I can't help but wonder who built it and why it was abandoned. Did they leave or did something happen to them? Questions that need answers, but I'm not rushing in blindly. Safety first, even if it's just me and Aegis out here. For now, we observe and gather data. Hopefully the station will start to give up some of its secrets soon. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 004. Date, Stardate 5651.6. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon. Report, the analysis of the ancient space station continues. Our scans have revealed several areas of interest, including what appears to be a central command hub and multiple docking bays. The station's architecture is unfamiliar, suggesting a non-human origin or a civilization lost to history. There is still no response to our communication attempts. It remains unclear if the station's systems are operational, or if the technology is simply incompatible with our own. I am considering deploying a remote probe to conduct a closer inspection of the exterior and potentially gain access to the interior. This will allow us to gather more information without risking the Megalodon or myself. Further updates will follow as new data is obtained. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 004. Date, Stardate 5651.6. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon, personal log. The more we scan this station, the more questions we uncover. It's like a puzzle with half the pieces missing. There's a central hub that looks important and several docking bays, but everything's silent. No signs of power, no signals, nothing. Aegis suggested I name the station. It proposed Station Anomaly Alpha, which, while accurate, lacks imagination. I opted for the Echo since it feels like a whisper from the past, something left behind to be discovered. Still no luck with communications. Either their tech is completely different or this place has been dead for a long time. I'm thinking of sending out a probe to get a closer look. Aegis is already running simulations to ensure the probe can navigate the structure safely. Part of me wants to just go over there, suit up and explore, but I know better. One wrong step and this whole place could come crashing down. Patience, Chad. Gather data, analyze, and then decide. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 005. Date, Stardate 5653.2. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon. Report. We have deployed a remote probe to begin a detailed exploration of the ancient space station, now designated as the Echo. The probe successfully navigated to the exterior and gained access through a partially open docking bay. The initial scans from within the station show extensive structural damage, but also areas that remain remarkably intact. The probe is equipped with a variety of sensors and cameras to document its findings and transmit data back to the Megalodon. The first section explored is a large docking bay. It is devoid of any vessels or machinery, suggesting either abandonment or scavenging at some point. No signs of life have been detected. We will continue to send the probe deeper into the station, section by section, to gather more information about its origin and purpose. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 005. Date, Stardate 5653.2. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon, personal log. The probe is in. Aegis and I watched as it slipped through a partially open docking bay door and into the belly of the Echo. It's surreal, seeing the interior of something that old. The docking bay was our first stop. It's massive but empty. No ships, no equipment, just dust and silence. It's like the place was cleaned out, or maybe whoever was here took everything with them when they left. Aegis is doing a great job navigating the probe, though it did try to salute when I called it a good pilot. Gotta love AI humor. I'm excited but cautious. This station is a relic, a piece of history, and who knows what stories it holds. We're moving slowly, exploring one section at a time. Patience is key, but I can't help but feel like we're on the brink of a major discovery. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 006. Date, Stardate 5654.8. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report, the remote probe has successfully navigated further into the Echo. The latest scans reveal what appears to be a residential section. These quarters are small and sparse, indicative of a utilitarian lifestyle. There are remnants of furniture and personal items, but no signs of recent habitation. The architecture and materials used are still under analysis, but early indications suggest they are unfamiliar and possibly of non-human origin. We are continuing to explore additional sections and will focus next on the central command hub. Data is being compiled and analyzed by the ship's AI. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 006. Date, Stardate 5654.8. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Personal log, we've made it to what looks like a residential area. It's eerie, like walking through an abandoned city. The quarters are small, no frills. Clearly whoever lived here wasn't focused on comfort. There are bits and pieces of what might have been personal belongings. Hard to tell what they are, but they paint a picture of a life once lived here. Aegis suggested we name the residents Echoites. I vetoed that one. No signs of recent habitation. This place has been dead for a long time. The materials used are unlike anything I've seen. Could be non-human or maybe just a lost branch of human development. Too early to tell. Next up is the Central Command Hub. That's where the real answers might be. Aegis is as excited as an AI can get, which means it played a drum roll sound effect when I announced our next target. One step at a time, we're getting closer. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 007. Date, Stardate 5656.5. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report, the remote probe has reached the central command hub of the Echo. The room is vast, with numerous control panels and screens, many of which are damaged or inactive. However, a few systems appear to retain minimal power. Initial scans indicate a complex network of circuits and machinery, likely far advanced for its time. The architecture and design suggest a highly organized and technologically proficient society. We are attempting to interface with the remaining active systems to retrieve any stored data or logs. The probe will continue its exploration, focusing on deciphering the command hub's functionality and history. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 007, Date, Stardate 5656.5, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon, Personal log, we've hit the jackpot, the central command hub. This place is impressive, even in its decayed state. Control panels and screens everywhere, like the brain of a giant sleeping machine. Some of the systems still have a flicker of power. It's a long shot, but we're trying to interface with them. Maybe we can dig up some logs or data, something that tells us who built this place and what happened to them. Aegis is working overtime, analyzing the circuits and trying to make sense of it all. It compared the station to an ancient library, full of knowledge waiting to be unlocked. I've got to hand it to Aegis. Sometimes it nails the metaphors. This is where the real answers might be. The Echo has been silent for so long. Maybe it's finally ready to tell its story. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 008, Date, Stardate 5658.0. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report. During our ongoing investigation of the command hub in the Echo, the probe has detected unusual sounds emanating from deeper within the station. The sounds resemble metal striking metal in a rhythmic pattern, suggesting the presence of either a functioning piece of equipment or a life form. We have redirected the probe to locate the source of these sounds. All systems remain on alert, and we are prepared to take necessary precautions should we encounter any potential threats. Further updates will be provided as more information becomes available. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 008, Date, Stardate 5658.0. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon, Personal log. Well, this just got a lot more interesting. The probe picked up sounds, metal banging on metal, and it's not random. There's a pattern, almost like a signal or a call. Could be machinery, but it could also be something else. Aegis ran a bunch of analyses and is convinced it's not a glitch or interference. We're moving the probe toward the source of the noise. It's a bit unnerving, honestly. This place has been dead quiet, and now this. My mind's racing with possibilities. Is it a trapped survivor, some kind of automated system still running its routine? Or maybe something more alien? We're keeping all options on the table and staying cautious. Aegis, ever the optimist, suggested it might be the ghost in the machine. I reminded it that we don't need ghosts, we need answers. Here's hoping we find some soon. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 009, date, stardate 5659.7. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon. Report, the probe has traced the source of the metallic sounds to a secondary maintenance corridor in the Echo. Visual and audio recordings confirm that the noise is emanating from a sealed compartment within the corridor. Further scans indicate that the compartment contains a combination of mechanical and possibly biological elements. The exact nature of these elements remains undetermined at this time. We are proceeding with caution and have initiated additional scans to ascertain the safest approach for potential entry. All defensive systems are on standby. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 009, date, stardate 5659.7. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon. Personal log, we found it. The source of the noise is coming from a sealed compartment in a maintenance corridor. The probe's visuals show a heavy reinforced door, something meant to keep whatever's inside from getting out, or to protect it from the outside. Aegis detected both mechanical and biological signatures inside. That's unsettling. Could be some kind of automated repair system with organic components or maybe a life form in stasis. We just don't know yet. I've ordered additional scans. We need to understand what we're dealing with before we consider opening that door. It's a delicate balance. Curiosity and caution. The Echo has been silent for so long, and now it feels like we're on the brink of waking it up. Aegis made a joke about opening Pandora's box. I didn't laugh. This is serious, and the last thing I need is a mythological disaster. But who knows? Maybe we'll find something amazing, something worth all this solitude. Here's to hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 010, date, stardate 5661.3. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon. Report, the probe has successfully accessed the sealed compartment within the secondary maintenance corridor. Inside, we have discovered a living alien entity with extensive mechanical attachments surgically integrated into its body. The life form is conscious, but appears disoriented and weak. The mechanical components are advanced and seem to be a form of life support or control system. The entity has not displayed any signs of hostility thus far. We are initiating a thorough medical and technological analysis to determine the nature and origin of both the biological and mechanical elements. All defensive measures are in place should the situation change. Further updates will be provided as new information becomes available. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 010, date stardate 5661.3. Captain Chad Wiseman, ship SF Megalodon. Personal log, we've done it. We opened the sealed compartment and what we found? I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. There's an alien in there. A living, breathing alien with mechanical implants fused into its body. It's like something out of a nightmare or a sci-fi horror story. The creature is alive, but clearly not in good shape. It looked at the probe, its eyes full of confusion and pain. I can't even begin to imagine what it's been through. The mechanical parts are intricate, advanced, way beyond anything I've seen before. They seem to be keeping it alive or maybe controlling it in some way. Aegis is running every test and scan it can think of, trying to piece together what happened here. I've got the Megalodon's defenses on high alert just in case. This could be the breakthrough we've been waiting for, or it could be a whole new level of trouble. Part of me wants to help it, but another part is screaming caution. This isn't just a derelict station anymore, it's a potential threat or ally, and I need to figure out which. Here we go, let's see what secrets the Echo has been hiding. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 011. Date, Stardate 5662.9. Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report. The initial analysis of the alien entity and its mechanical attachments is ongoing. The biological component is a previously unknown species showing signs of extensive genetic modification. The mechanical components are integrated at a cellular level, suggesting a high degree of technological sophistication. The alien remains conscious but unresponsive to our attempts at communication. It exhibits signs of distress, possibly due to the mechanical integration. We are monitoring its vital signs closely and are prepared to provide medical assistance if feasible. The probe has been equipped with additional sensors to further investigate the compartment and surrounding areas for any additional clues regarding the entity's origin and the purpose of the integration. Further updates will be provided as new data is acquired. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 011, Date, Stardate 5662.9, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon, Personal Log. We're making progress, but the mystery deepens. The alien is unlike anything recorded in our databases. Aegis thinks it's been genetically modified and the mechanical implants are woven into its very cells. This isn't just tech grafted onto flesh, it's a true fusion of biology and machinery. It's awake, but not communicating. Every time we try to reach out, it just stares back, almost like it's trying to understand us as much as we're trying to understand it. It's clearly in distress, which complicates things. I don't want to cause it more pain, but we need answers. Aegis is working tirelessly, and I have to admit, it's doing an impressive job. We've equipped the probe with more sensors to search for clues about who did this and why. Was it voluntary, or was this poor creature a victim of some twisted experiment? I keep thinking about the ethics of this. If it's suffering, do we try to help it, even if that means risking ourselves? Or do we keep our distance and treat it as a specimen? This is what I signed up for, exploring the unknown. But I didn't expect it to be this personal. Here's hoping we find some answers soon. End log. Official Captain's Report, Entry 012, Date Stardate 5665.4, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon. Report. An unprecedented event has occurred. A wormhole has suddenly opened in close proximity to the Echo, releasing a neutron star traveling at an extraordinary velocity. Calculations indicate that the star will collide with the station in approximately 2 hours and 51 minutes. Analysis by the ship's AI, Aegis, suggests that the wormhole was artificially created. The energy signatures match those we detected earlier in Sector X9, implying an intelligent force is using the star as a projectile weapon. Given the imminent threat, I have made the decision to evacuate the Echo. We will attempt to bring the alien entity on board the Megalodon. Modifications are being made to a secure room, transforming it into a hybrid medical bay and brig to safely house the alien. Preparations are underway and we are proceeding with extreme caution to ensure the safety of the crew and the ship. End of report. Unofficial Personal Report, Entry 012, Date, Stardate 5665.4, Captain Chad Wiseman, Ship SF Megalodon, Personal Log, a neutron star. A friggin' neutron star just came hurtling out of a wormhole. Aegis is convinced it was intentionally directed here. Somebody out there is playing cosmic billiards, and the Echo is the target. We've got less than 3 hours before impact. I had to make the call. Leave the alien to its fate, or bring it on board and hope we can manage. It wasn't an easy decision. Leaving it felt wrong, but bringing it on board is a huge risk. We're going for it. I've ordered modifications to one of our secure rooms to make it a mix of medbay and brig. It's the best compromise. Keep it safe, but also keep us safe. Aegis is handling the technical side, making sure we can monitor and, if necessary, contain it. This is a leap into the unknown. We don't know what this alien is capable of or if it poses a threat. But leaving it behind felt like abandoning a chance for answers. Maybe even an ally. Here's to hoping I made the right call. The countdown is on. End log.